Hi friends, welcome to Kodai Linux. I am your facilitator Murali. In this session, we are going to work with and learn MV command. Our novice Linux user just wonders how the MV command works. Just then the MV command takes the form of a genie and appears in front of the novice Linux user. Alambana, I am the genie of MV command. What can I do for you? The novice user is initially surprised and also scared, but the MV command says, I am here to make you understand about me. So be cool. The user says, I know you do both the tasks like renaming a file and moving a file. But how is that possible? I want to know that. Okay, so let me tell you. But before telling you how I do both rename and moving a file, let me tell how I need to be invoked. So I need to be invoked like my command name has to be given, that is mv followed by minimum 2 arguments, file1 and file2. Wherein file1 would be the source and file2 would be the target. Okay. So if the file name given as target already exists, okay, if it is already exists and if it is not a directory file, then what will happen? The source file would be renamed to the target file, wherein the previous contents of the target file are lost. So the target file would be there and the source file would be renamed to target file, meaning the source file's contents would be intact, but it will be renamed to the target file, and whatever target file contents were there, they would be lost. When this would happen means if your target file already exists and if it is not a directory file. Okay. And the other case is that if your target file exists and it is a directory file, then what happens? The source file would be moved to the target file. The location of the source file would be changed. So the source file would be moved to the directory file specified as the target file. And there is yet another option. If the target file doesn't exist at all, then the source file would be just renamed to the target file. Okay. So we will be working on all these aspects. Okay. Fine. Oh, then Jenny says, oh, let me tell you one more thing. If the target file already exists, I told you that it would be overwritten, right? The current contents are overwritten. But there is a workaround. Oh, is it so, Jenny? What is the workaround? Yeah, the workaround is that just like how with the cp command you have an interactive option -i, similarly with an mv command also you have an -i option. Okay, so when you are executing with the -i option, then if the target file already exists and it is not a directory file, then it is going to ask you, do you want to overwrite the existing file? So you can always tell no and roll back. You can avoid overwriting of the file. That is by executing with the -i option. Oh, that's cool. And not only that, okay, we can do it by one more way. Like if you don't want the target file to be overwritten, if you are doubtful that if the target file would already exist and if it is a non-directory file and you don't want to bother yourself looking for it, but straight away go on with the command, then what you can do means you can execute me with the -n option. Okay, -n means no clobbering, no clobber. No clobber means no overwriting. So when you are executing me, the mv command with the -n option, in that case if the target file already exists and if it is a non-directory file, then if it won't be overwritten. The current contents won't be overwritten, so it would not rename. The renaming would not be successful and eventually the overwriting will not happen if I am executed with the -n option. Okay, fine, Jenny. So let me start working with whatever I have learned from you. Okay. Okay. So now let us start working with the mv command. Okay. Let us suppose that okay, I have a file called my file. Okay. Okay, this is the contents. So maybe I want to rename it to a more meaningful name. Maybe my mv my file to welcome file, because we are welcoming, right? So let us suppose that I want to rename it to welcome file. Yes, we can very well do that. So mv my file welcome file. Yes, it is renamed. So here welcome file is a non-existing file, so it will be renamed to it. Okay, cat welcome file. Yes, now if you give ls-l, we get to know that the welcome file has been created. Okay, so this is one thing. Now let us suppose that okay, I am using the mv command. Okay, and I am trying to overwrite an existing file like mv ls out now calendar. Okay, before that, let us clear screen. Let us look at the contents of ls out and look at the contents of now calendar. Okay, so they are different contents. Okay, now what I am doing, mv ls out to now calendar. Okay, sorry, mv ls out now calendar. Okay, so when I rename ls out to now calendar, what happens? ls out would be renamed to now calendar. The contents of ls out would be there, but the name of the file ls out would be renamed to now calendar. What would happen to the contents of now calendar? Its previous contents would be lost. That is, its current contents would be lost. Okay, now you look at ls-l. Now calendar is there. Look at the contents of now calendar. Okay, what was the contents of now calendar earlier? The calendar of the month, right? But now it will have the contents of the ls out. So when you are renaming with the mv command, when you are doing source file and target file both as existing files, and target file is a non-directory file, an ordinary file, then source file would be renamed to target file and target file's content would be lost. Okay, the source file's content would be there, but the source file would be renamed to target file. So no two files can have the same name. So the target file's contents previous contents would be lost, and it would take the contents of the source file. Okay, that's what happens when you are giving the target file, okay, as an already existing file. Okay, next let us look at the next scenario. Like, what if the target file is a directory file? Okay, so let us understand that. mv, let us suppose that welcome file I want to move to Jan. So what happens in this case? The file welcome file would be moved from the current directory to Jan. Okay, so here let me just tell you one more thing. In one of the previous sessions, I told you that dot refers to the parent of current directory. See, in the similar thing, there is one dot character. So dot refers to the current directory. So under current directory, there is a file called welcome file. Move it to Jan. We can very well give it as welcome file only, but I just wanted to tell you that dot refers to the current directory. So there are two shortcuts, one which refers to the current directory, the other one which refers to the parent of the current directory. So the shortcut dot refers to the current directory and dot refers to the parent of the current directory. So whenever you want to refer to the current directory file, you can mention dot, and whenever you want to refer to the parent of the current directory file, then you can refer it as dot. Okay, so here I am telling, under the current directory there is a file called welcome file that you want to move to the Jan directory, which is also under the current directory. Okay, so now let us look at the output of ls-l. So whether welcome file would be there in the current directory? No, it won't be there. What has happened to that? It has been moved to the jan directory. ls-l jan, yes, welcome file has been moved to the jan directory. So when you want to move a file to a directory, then you can specify the directory file as the last argument, as the target file. Okay, so earlier we have seen a scenario like if you are trying to overwrite by giving an existing non-directory file as a target file. Okay, then it just overwrites, right? When you want to rename it to an existing non-directory file, then it overwrites. So how to avoid that scenario? So we know that in the scenario can be avoided, okay, by two ways. One is by specifying the -n option, other one interactive option -i. Let us first look at the interactive -i option. Okay, so mv, so I am trying to do a mistake like trying to rename ls out to okay, fine, let us move to jan directory. We have more than one regular files or ordinary files. Okay, ls-l, okay, we have these. Okay, let us suppose that I am trying to rename ls out to something, my file. Okay, but now I am a bit cautious, so I am giving -i option. What happens? So when mv command is issued with the -i option, it works interactively. So it is asking me whether you want to overwrite my file. I am telling no. Now there is another way also, like giving the -n option. mv -n ls out my file. Now also the file wouldn't have been overwritten. So now ls-l. So ls out file and my file both are intact. So the file has not been renamed. So renaming has not happened because when I am issuing the -n option, okay, mv command first checks whether my file is an already existing my file, that is the target file. Is it an already existing non-directory file? If so, it doesn't go ahead with renaming the file. It just returns you the $prompt. And when you check whether mv command has been executed, you realize that mv command has not been executed successfully, meaning mv has not renamed the ls out file to my file. Okay, the next thing, if we want to move multiple files to a particular directory, how do we do that? Yes, we can do that. And one more thing is that when the number of arguments to mv command is more than 2, then the target has to be a directory file, because multiple files you cannot rename to one file. So it is very obvious, it is very logical. Multiple files can be only moved to a directory file. So let us suppose that from this jan directory, I want to move now calendar, okay, ls out, my file, these three files, I want to move it to the sales directory. Yes, we can very well do that. So I given now calendar, ls out, my file, these three are ordinary files and sales is a directory file. So I given directory file as the last argument. Yes, it would be done. Okay, now look at the sales directory file. Yes, all these files have been moved. Which are the files we have moved? Now calendar, ls out, my file. See, look at this. Now calendar, ls out, my file. These three files have been moved to the sales directory. So where are we now? We are in jan. Under jan, sales is there. To sales, from jan we have moved to the sales directory, which is a subdirectory of the jan. Okay, so what if we try to do something like this? Okay, new file, welcome file. Okay, let us go to the jan directory. Okay, sales directory, cd, we are already in jan directory, sales directory. Okay, where are we? We are in the jan/sales directory, ls-l. Okay, what if I give something like this? mv now calendar, okay, analysis, txt ls out. So I have given more than 2 arguments, but I have not given directory as the last argument. What happens? ls out is not a directory. It clearly tells that the last argument has to be a directory file. Okay. Thank you. If not yet done, I request you to please go through my previous videos and get those concepts. And I also request you to work on all the concepts that I have delivered so far. And if you have any doubts, you can please ask that out on that doubt on the comment section, and I will be too glad to answer your questions. See you in the next class. Bye bye. Take care.